San Fran.
Sweet.
So we're live.
Magic.
You're right there.
Alright.
Right, hooray!
This is our back nine.
Magic.
And this
Yep.
is our steak dinner.
We are
They're
alive.
anything
We're
but
not in
traditional,
Asia.
and
Welcome
that's the way
everybody
we
to
like it.
Savage
The
Lands
new box
Week
nachos
40
from
dev
Taco
stream.
Bell.
Today we're showing off Unity 5.
Back nine.
Magic.
And this is our steak dinner.
We are alive. Dev stream. Why am I hearing Taco Bell? We're showing off Unity. That's Skype? 5. Magic.
I believe it is Skype. Taco Bell.
Skype commercials, hooray! Best thing ever.
Yep.
That's Skype?
I believe it is Skype.
Skype commercials, hooray! There we go. That should get rid of the echo. Yep. We are echo. Other audio is coming through. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Sweet. There we go. Hello, everybody.
Alright, hold on.
We are
I
echo.
got echo.
Other audios. You got echo?
There we go. Fixed.
Muted Twitch. Hooray!
Yep.
Technical difficulties solved at the new streaming location. Thought we had all the echo resolved.
This fancy new room.
Fancy, super fancy. Right. Yeah, as you guys see behind me back here, I'm in a different dev space right now on the floor with the team. So let's go over and get into it. Matt's gonna hop in and start showing you some of the first of the new island, which is actually one of the first questions over in the Steam forums from Dark Chilkoot. There's conflicting reports circulating. Will there be a legacy island support once the new map is released, or is that still up in the air? As Matt's about to show you right now, the new island is the new island. There is no conflicting reports. We are taking and actually designing out a solid island. Before, the old island was kind of an interesting shape, looked like a bean. If you saw some of the community maps that ripped out from Unity, now you'll see a whole bunch of different stuff as Matt kind of gives you your first shots at it.
Ooh. Got water.
We see a banner off. Matt, you want to start to walk us through this opening start scene?
Yeah, so some of the starting gear that you're probably normally used to getting when you start on a new server is now kind of scattered about on the land when you first start. Some of that first stuff here is over here by the banner. Some of this is of course subject to change by the time this kind of gets over to you.
Yeah, nothing you guys are seeing right now is final. In fact, we already have an internal build which is ahead of this one.
Yeah.
That we trying to get working for this stream.
You'll get a fancy new starter weapon. I think you guys will like it. But you'll have to wait to see that.
You'll have to wait to see it for a future stream.
So as you see, I approached this this newer location here, and if you look in the bottom left above the chat window, you can kind of see location names, some new thing that we've added. So as you wander about the island, you can actually know where you are in the grand scheme of things, as well as a little bit of lore bits as we start to kind of pull some more of that lore stuff into the actual world.
The volume levels we already pre-checked right now. I'd have to run back to the stream room to change any volume levels at the signal location. I'm assuming it's Matt you're having a problem hearing, but they are cranked pretty high. It's just not necessarily as loud as...
Is that better? Hurrah!
He's got the mic a little closer now. So yeah, location names you'll see just above his head right there. There's one that's Bowden Farm.
Rodan Farm.
Rodan, sorry, it's blocked by the screen. Matt would know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's okay. I'll adjust it for next week. So yeah, now we've got location names. He's kind of walking around one of the first little areas that's starting you off, which is...
Rodan Farm.
Rodan Farm.
Yeah. Oh god.
You guys can kind of see that this definitely is a different map. This isn't, you can see with the terrain right now, the way that the map is laid out. fact that it's got a distinct name to the new area, and he's getting attacked by a boar already. Boars are a little vicious in this
A little
build.
vicious in the initial starting area.
Anyways, so
Boar.
another question, because I'm still catching up from week 37. Sorry I was out, and then we had a delay with Thanksgiving. Hope
Yep.
you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. We did. And last week we were making sure that we could get this Unity 5 build in a better spot to be able to show all you guys. You'll notice Matt's hovering over one of the beasts with one of the other changes that came up. What do you want to talk about for that one?
So, of course, you know, you're used to the normal looting, but now you can loot all, and you can just take all the stuff with a single button press.
And we have someone in
It's a boar attack.
chat saying, "Oh my God, loot all functions. Thank you, function you guys." Been praised as dev gods for adding loot all function, which sometimes, you know, if you have a ton of stuff on your body or you're trying to, it's not only a loot all, but it's also an apply all that is added.
Yep. Ooh, dear.
So do you want to talk about how the apply all makes everyone's life a little easier?
Sure. Talking about apply all kind of comes in when you're building things. If you have all the components in your inventory, you can, instead of having to spam E and slowly place things, you can kind of just pop, place everything all in one go. Stupid boar.
So another interesting question from Chilk. Will there be any kind of character progression? Right now I can start a new guy, give him gear, and he's ready for endgame. I want to feel invested and attached to my tunes, so I have a reason to keep them alive.
Yeah, so I don't know if I should speak too much about that.
You can
We have-
you can hint about some things that you're thinking about, perhaps.
Yeah, sure. So we have this newer island is set up a little bit different than the previous one, obviously. And instead of starting a new character and then just being given a bunch of new stuff right off the bat, we have some things scattered about, so you're gonna have to hunt and kind of pick up your stuff. We don't have any like leveling up systems or anything like that to like gate gear from you as of yet, but that may be a thing we do. We'll see. I don't know. But generally, it's more exploration based and kind of getting you to go around to all those interesting locations where we'll be scattering about. So on like this island and the main island, stuff is kind of segregated out a little more than things were before. So as you start to learn the new starter island, you'll learn where you can go to get the things you need to kind of progress forward.
My favorite part about Twitch chat, it's not Crystal Pepsi I'm drinking right now. We're doing Pepsi Wild Cherry. Very fancy. It's an important question from the chat.
I'm in the ruins of Meltalk right now.
It's another named location for you guys, the Ruins of Meltok.
Meltalk. Meltalk is one of the lords of this island who was kind of cursed by Kerr.
You guys are even getting an insight to
You'll
some of the
get
lore that's being planned out for
Oh,
the
yeah.
island.
You'll get to encounter him some point.
It's as not product placement. We're not endorsed by Pepsi. we're endorsed by our Costco order.
If we were, would we get free Pepsi?
Free Crystal Pepsi, especially because that's a thing now again. This is the year 2015, and that's what we can be excited about.
Nice. I really want hoverboards more, but
Hoverboards
Crystal
more.
Pepsi is good, I guess.
Yeah. So something else from the Steam forums
yeah,
from week
poison.
37 is I recall something about spears and arrows from last stream. Are there going to be new types of arrows or bows, maybe even crossbows? I would love to see archery become a viable option because right now it's too weak.
Yeah, so we're taking a look at a little bit of a look at archery. You're not going to see it in this next major update, but you might see some archery changes coming in the future. But we are definitely looking into finding ways to make archery more viable and also trying not to make it like the OP thing that everyone just does because it's the best thing to do. So there's some balanced stuff to take into consideration there, but we'd definitely like to do some more bows. Oh my god.
You ate some poison meat. you've
Yeah, I didn't have
explored a
any
very
berries.
small area, and about to see how savage the island is right now.
I'm
And
just
you're
gonna
getting
jump in the water.
jump in the water.
Animals won't kill me, but the water can.
Yeah, there as people are pointing out right now. Spark Shard said, "Wow, even roads." With the new map design, this is definitely something that pays attention to the fact that this was a more set up civilization.
Yeah. So the more the lore behind it is that there was a civilization previous to you coming to the island that was kind of wiped out and kind of annihilated by Kerr. So you get to kind of explore the new island and see the remnants of kind of what he left behind and see if you can survive.
Nice. And then let's see. This is just a general request, and I'll actually save this question for Zach, because we'll actually have fearless engineer leader Zach on for the second half of the stream, joining me to talk about more of the Unity 5 stuff and some of the technical questions I have from Steam. While Matt is here, feel free if you guys want to drop in all of your design questions into stream. Let's see. Still snowing inside of buildings. Interesting. If it has no roof, yes. I don't believe weather elements go through anymore. Do you know that one, Matt?
I don't know for sure. I know we were looking at setting up the buildings so that stuff didn't happen anymore.
Cool.
Ooh, do old locations still exist in this world?
I'm guessing in namesake, Devlin, or
in namesake they might. We're gonna bring back some of the old skellies that you guys are used to, so you'll see some of those guys again, and you may see some of the old locations in name, but you might not see them in the way they were represented previously.
Yeah, so people are asking specifically about Argo, Ascara, Cool. So yeah, names, but let's see, we got another question. Will Swizzlure ask, will magic be implemented, like using spells for combat and perhaps to help you in the world?
So we've taken a lot of look at what we could potentially do with magic. I don't think we're quite in position to say whether or not when that will come or how that will be manifested in the world, but it is definitely something that's on my radar, something I'm looking at, trying to find the best way to put it in the game. Similar to bows, because you can't just add magic because it might be a little OP compared to the melee weapons, so stuff to take into consideration for sure.
Sounds good. Okay, I think I hit all of week 37's questions, minus one that I'm saving. So let's see what Sean has set up for week 40. We did now look at the questions from before. So Devlin, one of our mods, actually had a question about the upcoming Unity 5 update. The overhaul of the new map. Will the Flesh Ripper still be attainable, and will it have a similar location where swimming is required?
So lots of the old weapons are definitely gonna be keeping around. Whether or not it takes the same amount of effort or the same requirements are placed on them to get those weapons is yet to be determined. But I don't currently right now in the newest build, we haven't quite placed all of those old go-to items back into the world yet. So yes, they will still be there. If you have it in your inventory, it will still be there. It's not getting deleted.
Part of that is related to an island that was placed in the world that was very difficult to get to, and you had to somehow survive to get out to get this weapon. Whether or not that island still exists or where it is, because of the completely new level, Devlin, it may exist, it may not exist, it may be harder to get to, who knows? A lot of those design elements are being put in, and with each piece being put in and thought of from a design perspective, as opposed to items structured in a map in smaller pockets and then one designer working on it. We have multiple designers. So.
Yep. Yeah, we have. So you have me, and then we have our other designer Ted working on doing our world building and kind of placing stuff around.
Which is a ton of work.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of work. Even this small island is, this small starter island is definitely a beast to wrangle.
So it looks like there'll be some time to explore the ocean at some point in the future, which is what Sean just said. Currently, it's not final per se, but right now the water is a little more deadly than it was before, so if you're able to adventure into the ocean... Good. I wish you all the best of luck. So, are we going to see some pictures of Unity 5 support, maybe gameplay test in the upcoming stream? We're showing it off now.
Mm-hmm. This is it here.
This is it. You're looking at it, not just screens, but especially with new water and things. Once again, this isn't final, but we're working on this every day right now, and we're trying to get it to a state where we can get it to beta to you guys as soon as possible.
Yeah.
No gripes in the delay from us. We're glad to see it happen. If you demo mid-cycle, it's just troll for food. Food for the trolls. I mean, we're here as a development process, especially in early access, to help you guys, see that we're doing along the way, because this is our journey with you guys, This is a new island. This is our effort. Matt's been attacked.
Yep, I heard him coming.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this, it's not food for trolls, because this is a lot more that's being put into the design, the overall structure of the lands and the lore, and a bunch of other process as we design this.
Yep. So this area here is one of our more major villages on the island. It's going to get built up a little more as we go along, but this is Saval. It's one of the northernmost places on the island here. So let's see, it's all burned up from Kerr, of course, because it was full of people who did not want to worship him, so they were punished with fire. Oh, God.
We have a question that Kevin is helping pushing along, wants to know. T-Smith62 wants to know how many islands there are, and I'm not sure we're necessarily announcing that
So far that there's this one, and then there's
at least another one.
There's at least another one right over there.
So
that way.
That way. So you know that there's at least another island next to this island. Let's see.
I'm not bleeding yet. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you did a good job trying to run from the wolf of doom.
I'm gonna go to Sentinel Hill over here. Hopefully there's not a lot of skeletons.
So I got another technical question, which is going to be great to save for Zach. I was just looking right now, so much set up to okay. Stream is today. Cool. So I've hit all the questions from the Steam forums that get put up every week by Sean. As we have more information about what we're going to be talking about for the stream, I'll make sure to pass that along to Sean, so that way you can help guide your questions for the following stream for next Thursday. So another question from SunReaper5739 is, has the shield interface been added?
So not in this build that you're seeing right here. We started adding it in and we got it mostly in there, but it kind of wasn't quite up to the quality level that we wanted to show off for today, so we're in a build that doesn't quite have it in.
Yeah, right now we're trying to get this as stable as we can to get it to hit the date for the update, because we're, I believe, 7 or 6 days out from that according to the ticker right now. So we're trying to get that update. We're trying to get it to beta so we're able to hit that update. It might be just beta at that date. We're trying to figure all that out, and we will let you guys know from an update perspective as soon as we can, to know if we're going to hit that date or not. Sean's letting you guys know where the topic goes every week. So
I should probably say that, hi, I'm Matt. I'm the designer on this. You'll see me on the forums and on the Trello boards as Cyrus Draken. So feel free to say hi. On there.
that's Matt. Yeah, I forgot I was in the other room, so it made me running back from the stream room to my desk here makes introduction memory a little hard, and I apologize for that, guys. So,
I made it.
question from Spark Shards. Could you do that we... Oh, can you make it so that we can destroy any building or wreck it clean abandoned village and rebuild there?
That's something we might be able to do. I can take a look at it and see. We'll have to see where that fits in with the rest of the stuff that we have planned in the upcoming releases. There's a possibility, I should say.
Possibility. Yeah. You guys also notice we have Signal Kevin in the stream, who's one of our engineers. Got another question from Swizzler that says, how is item durability and repairing working now? Has that been changed?
So item durability is pretty much the same as it was before. We're looking at tuning some of the things to make stuff not degrade as fast and make repairing a little bit easier. But currently, as it stands in this current build right now, it is the same. Oh, there he is. I'm not gonna fight him, because he will kill me.
You're walking around a large part of the starting area and showing a ton off. Thanks a lot. So next question is from Sun Reaper 5739. Is there any separate server changes? Reverse engineering, material, resource gathering. Interesting.
So what was that? Sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of multiple questions all at once. So let's see. Reverse engineer material resource gathering.
Does that mean breaking stuff down? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, are you trying to figure... Trying to understand how that would be phrased too.
Definitely don't mean to make it a much harsher survival environment. But
Yeah.
a more...
Yeah, so he's referring to breaking stuff down.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you saw on the Trello board, I would love to have stuff be able to break stuff down. Again, it's just a matter of determining where that fits in with our current schedule and when or if we can bring that into being a feature.
Cool. We've only got about 5 minutes left for your design questions before we swing Zach in. Tag team effort today. Once again, we've got Matt in right now from design, and then we'll have Zach in from engineering. And you guys just saw they just linked out the Trello board where you guys can, go ahead and vote and provide feedback and suggestions to make sure this remains a very early access collaborative effort with the developers, because that's what we're here for. We're here to take your feedback,
If you say stuff on our discussion boards on Steam, I definitely have read it. And I will continue to do so and reply to you guys.
You'll see me on there, Logan. I'm trying to think who else is on the Trello boards right now. We've got... It's just you and me currently for Trello, and obviously Devlin and Sean. New bosses. So you just saw... Matt?
Yeah, you saw a little bit of Lord Cruel over there. I wasn't meaning to go that far. I was just running.
You also gave him a name now too.
That's his name. Yeah, Lord Cruel was the, I guess, lore time. Was the kind of the leader of this little island over here. Kind of leader of Saval. One of the bigger proponents of not liking Kerr. So you can imagine that Kerr being an evil dragon. was not too happy with that guy, so he's kind of cursed him to undead. So you get to fight him at some point.
Lord Cooler Ragnarok. So you're referring to an older named NPC that you might see elsewhere. It's a different NPC though.
Yep, totally different. Lord Cruel is a new guy.
Cruel with a K, right?
Yep, Kruul. Cruel. Oh god.
Put his name in the chat for everybody.
Yeah, there you
Cool.
go.
We've got one more question that I will put out there for you,
Sure.
Matt, before we switch off and I have Zach coming to come replace you. Is what are some of your thoughts on the combat system and things that you think might change in the future?
Some of my thoughts on the combat system. What you said?
Yes.
Sorry, I had wolves screaming in my ears.
I understand.
Yeah, the combat system can be a little funky at times. What we have currently in the game. So I definitely want to do. We have some plans and not quite ready to talk about what we want to kind of look into changing. But we have some changes, especially because coming from like dual wielding stuff and the shield combat that we're looking at making changes to hopefully make combat a little bit more feasible and more fun. We want to make it better for sure.
Sweet. Well, Zach is coming. I think he already walked over there and should be coming in on you shortly. So thanks, Matt, for stopping in and walking around the island. You might want to back out and start Zach with someone fresh as opposed to mostly dead on a rock.
Start with this almost dead guy on a rock. No, I'll go back.
Sweet.
There
Thanks,
you go.
Matt.
Yep.
So Matt's hopping out for you guys, and Zach's gonna be hopping in. See, the wiki was linked for the old island, and Sean and Devlin noting that there's going to be an overhaul once the Unity 5 build is out. The Trello board at that point, once we're live with this Unity 5 island, we'll start doing. Zach's got the helmet. Hi, Zach.
Howdy. I guess savage landsmen don't say howdy, do they?
Howdy to savage folk.
We say howdy. I'm ready to play Savage Lands. I have 3 teeth and I'm scurvy. I need to find some fruit.
3 teeth. For the amount of teeth I've seen on the island, that's a higher number by any skull.
Oh, I'm like an upper class Savage Landsman.
An upper class savage.
Yeah, I go to the savage dentist.
Savage dentist.
All right. So where's the Twitch? There we go. I gotta make a new guy. Let me see. Let's get a name. I'm looking over to my right here at the Twitch stream.
What name are you gonna
What
select
name?
as worthy?
Mumble Ale. I think that's a great name. Mumble Ale.
Remember, the stream is delayed. That'll be an excellent name for your character. But for them to actually hear the question and give suggestions on your character name, it's gonna
I have
be
to
about,
wait.
It's this weird sort of internet explorer.
I wait for no feed. Let's go. So new island, or did he have his island set up for me?
Just create new game.
Create new game. Did it? Oh yes. Mumble Ale's adventures begin. Ooh, look at this. What's this? Oh, it's cold. My goodness. Oh.
You didn't try to hop in the ocean, right?
I'll do it. Wait. How am I doing? Hop. Do you like our hopping mechanic? It's new.
The brand new hopping mechanic.
All right, where do I go?
All right.
I don't know how much Matt walked us through.
So
yet.
he walked actually through about half the island.
Oh, let me do the other half.
The other half. That would
Yar.
be the half to your right.
Done. Go.
Let's see. Some questions I had from you, though. We
Yeah,
got
ask away.
from week 37. Is one of the questions from the Steam forums was, would it be possible to add friends on servers or look them up via character names?
Add friends on servers or look them up via characters. That's a great idea. Put that on the Trello.
Okay.
I love that.
I've met a lot of good people recently. I'm finding people through Steam account is a long, difficult path. I think it'd be a fun way to have it more of a players list or add as friend buttons, being follow, invite me, that particular host. So just more social features from the Steam side being implemented into the game.
Yeah, I would like that. I actually got my brother playing, and so we were playing together. So I have even more vested interest in finding my buddies online now.
Even more invested.
That's right. Oh, what's that? A savage deer. Oh, here I come. I'm gonna punch your butt.
This is gonna be much harder to get the sentences out with Zach saying, "I'm gonna punch your button."
Oh, he walked into a rock. We'd better fix that. All right, I'm turning into a pirate now, aren't I?
You are. Splinter will probably carry over the rest of the workday.
Yeah, maybe that's how Mumble Ale came to the island. He was a pirate. I'm doing a role playing server here, so none of this PvP stuff.
It's all
yeah.
PvE.
It's all PvE. It's all about the role plays. So Mumble Ale is a pirate who washed up after drinking too much. He fell off his ship and woke up on the savage isle. Oh, this isle be savage. Oh. All right. What's the next question?
We're gonna ask Zach the Savage 3.
Mumble Ale be my name. I don't know. Whoa! Jesus Christ! Oh, punching wolves! Oh, just like my hometown. Oh. This might take a while. I've never punched a wolf to death.
So while you might be starting a new Mumble character.
All right. What's the next question?
So one of the other questions is concerning the way to host a dedicated server. Because this is a person that apparently doesn't know that it was kind of answered within the forums, but just the way we handled dedicated servers. And I was curious your thoughts of different paths we might go down in the future.
What I'd like to do in the future is all right, I'll start a new character in just a minute. What we'd like to do is you can just start up a dedicated server on the same machine you're going to play on. So you're just going to run the server and then run the game. That's the ideal situation. I'm fairly certain we can get to this. So if there's any more questions regarding that, that's I think the best solution.
Well, I mean, just people were then talking about it. It kind of sparked a conversation with people understanding that dedicated servers are implemented, but you need a secondary account to play, which is what you kind of went over. And even players were suspecting that there'd be future remedies. But I was just curious if you wanted to, talk about your thoughts on what you'd like to see happen.
Oh no, it's as simple as that. That's what I'd like to see happen. We've already looked into it. It doesn't look too difficult. In fact, some of the stuff has already been set up to do this. So the minute we have that ready, we'll roll it out in the first update. We have that ready.
So, and what one fear from someone is they're hoping dedicated server option just isn't scrapped.
Dedicated server option isn't scrapped? No. Why would we scrap that? Is that as in like you just can play single player?
No, it's trying to move it over to this other format or removing it from the way it's set up right now, that we might just scrap it. But that's crazy talk. We're not going to take away something that. No,
if it'll be backwards compatible, I suppose would be a weird way to put it. No, if you run the dedicated server on a separate machine or your own machine, it'll still be a dedicated server. So whatever we do in the future to make it easier for people to play with one machine, which is what I want to do, because I have my computer at home. In fact, I have an iMac at home, so Mac users might be happy to hear that. But we're definitely not going to poo-poo anybody else who's like, I got my awesome, PC sitting in the corner. It's with a little potted plant on it, and that runs my Savage dedicated server. We're not going to hose you guys. Don't worry.
Awesome. You've got new name suggestions, right?
Okay, let me look. I don't want to respawn. Main menu. Play game. Create new character. Random. That's pretty awesome. All right. What are we? How do I? Is this dual screen? Yes, it is. All right. Let me scroll up in the chat here.
No, just
nice.
Rest in pepperonis, pepperoni, Growlock.
This is a good name. This is Phase Shift Wolves.
Phase
An
shift
excellent name.
wolves.
Phase Shift Wolves. Oh, let's see. All right, let's go. Create a new game, a new island. All right. Now, how did Phase Shift Wolves get here? Hello, I'm Phase Shift Wolves, and I was on an expedition to discover new lands, and I wound up on savage lands. Oh, let's find out what's up ahead. A rock! I think I'll stare at it for an hour. Yeah, I'm boring myself.
You
What
are
a terrible character. That's the worst role-playing I've ever done. I
just
apologize
phase
for that.
shifting for an hour. That's
Shifting phase. I watch the moons. Oh, all they.
okay,
No
so now
moon
we've
yet.
got another question from the forum.
What's the question?
So my understanding is with Unity 5 implemented, the content will be the focus. So I thought of a good time to ask some of the questions related to that. Some items that they posted on Trello. Some of these are going to be design ones.
Okay.
But I'll still throw them at you because I'm sure you will say very funny things. Like
I only speak the truth. I don't know what funny things you're talking
Zach does not 90% of the time, zero truth, and that's self-admitted.
about. That's why my kids are so awesome. I lie to them all the time. It's like
Um,
parenting tips from Engineer Zach. Lie to your children.
So we've got one from the stream that I'll actually go to first before I go back to the forums because they're asking about the day-night cycles and how they're
Yes.
implemented.
Oh, yes, Oh, more wolves! Oh, hold on, I'm back in character, running from wolves. Oh! Wait, I feel like Phase Shift Wolf would study them. Hello, wolves! Oh, stop biting me. We could come to a peaceful accord. Goodness gracious, this is not working out in my favor. I think I'll just lie down and die. I think it's probably the best course of action. Yes. There we go. Now that I can actually hear over the sound, I couldn't hear over the sound of wolves tearing my liver out.
Tearing your liver apart.
What was the question again?
The question was just wondering what changes we've made to the day-night
Oh,
cycle.
yes. So we have completely changed the day-night cycle. It actually operates like the real world now, where the designers can set a latitude on the planet. So we assume an Earth-sized planet, assume a latitude on the planet where the island is, and we set a time of year. So I think we're currently considering making it spring at latitude 47, which is Seattle. So something we're used to. We actually set it to Seattle winter accidentally, and we got exactly the same short days that we have right now, which was a little brutal, which is kind of how it is here. Actually, I have to kill about 5 bears on my way home on my commute.
Otherwise, how would you feed your children?
Oh yeah, I have a story about me killing a bear, but we'll get to that some other day. So what we've done is the sun will rise and set and where it would at that spot on Earth at that latitude and at that time of year. So we're currently defaulting, like I said, to spring. You get longer days that way, and as the days progress, as the year progresses, the island will actually get progressively more difficult as the nights get longer. And if you can weather that out, the days will eventually become long. You know, it's a yearly cycle. For anybody who lives in the equator and has never traveled, turns out days are shorter and longer at different times of year. I actually visited friends in Hawaii who had no idea that happened. So it was really strange for them to hear. So yeah, so that's how it works. It's actually pretty neat. The sun appears right in the right spot. We actually have the moon cycle moving like the real moon in the sky, so it doesn't directly oppose the sun. So it will rise and set during the day, during the night, however it would actually occur. So does that answer any weather questions?
That's a very direct and huge answer.
So
See, this is one that would appeal to you. So one of the questions that was asked by Slowpoke in the forums, wondering about content and some of their suggestions.
mm-hmm.
This is mainly suggestion being thrown at you.
Yeah, suggest a way.
Random events like a Viking raid, where occasionally they come to the island, plunder, and try to raid our buildings before
That would be-
stealing off again.
I am wholly on board with this. I'll give you a tip when you all get in the gaming industry and you're not a designer. What happens is a designer comes to you and asks you something like that, and your response is, the gamer in me is super excited, absolutely want to do it, but the scheduler in me and the person who wants to get this ship says, well, let's talk about it. So yeah, no, that sounds awesome. I love that idea. But again, there's plenty of other things we should probably do first. But yeah, I mean, that seems like a very awesome post-release candidate. In fact, if we could get spawning in, I guess so in my head I think about it, I go, okay, there's boats that have to come in, there's Vikings that have to come off the boats, and they have to find the buildings. There's a lot of tech stuff we have to do. You can always cheat stuff. We could just say, all right, Vikings spawn on the beach sometimes. That would probably be the first way to do it. So yeah, there would be even ways, I think, now to easily do something like a much more random spawner. Instead of, oh, it checks every 10 minutes to see whether you spawn, it's a, you know, this only spawns once a month or things like that. So yes, we could do things like that. And in fact, in some ways easier, in some ways more difficult. So it's all a discussion with design.
Correct.
But yeah, it's an awesome idea. I love it.
With it being content heavy, let's see. So rock's going to respawn, or is that something that we are looking into?
We have had this discussion internally because it's kind of lame to just ruin your island and mine rocks and be done. And I know the current solution tends to be people have different islands. They'll hop to the island. That's their farming island. They'll hop back to the main island. I personally would rather people stay on one island, even as a group, to stay on one island, build that up. So I am on Team Respawn. Or
Team Respawn.
But yeah, that's definitely a design decision. As the lead engineer, as an engineer, we do what we're told as far as, like, you know, design gives us stuff, but we definitely will give them feedback. But ultimately, we leave the decisions up to design. Trust me, if you left decisions up to engineers, it would be terrible. It would be a terrible world. I mean, it would be awful. It would be like we'd never get iPhones if we did that.
Never get iPhones.
No. You just talk to a giant brick, and we'd say, but this is efficient and wonderful, and there's 2 buttons, 1 and 0. So yeah. I can't remember what the question was now. All right, I'm going to make a new character.
It seemed like you were going on a straight path with the answers. That's the most important part.
Have I answered anything yet? I'm a little worried. I'm going to look for, what's the next name? Let's look for a name. I'm going to make a new character. I'm looking up here. This is a tiny chat window. I can't make it bigger on my screen over here. Sickbeard. That was my nickname in high school. All right, let's see.
Sickbeard.
Smurf? Sure, I'll be a Smurf. Random? Oh, I have to go to the other window. There we go. Let's go.
Another fun question. That's
Smurf. Perfect. Smurf.
Zach's too busy.
I'm making a Smurf. This is really important.
Much Smurf on.
Much more important.
So
right,
seeing a whole lot more pre-built structures, how is this going to affect our own diagrams?
Your own diagrams. Your recipes and such? You know, that's a good design question. I am not actually sure. I know that we're still going to be able to build all the things you were able to build. We want to add more buildables. I'm not sure how.
There is more buildables going to be added.
Yeah. In fact, I'll walk over to one right now.
What that final looks like and what improvements have been made to them are yet to be announced. So you guys are just going to have to stay tuned for that.
That's right. Keep watching the streams. We'll show you.
Keep watching the streams.
That's right. Oh, wait. I have to get in character. What's my name? Smurf. All right. Let's Smurf this Smurf. I need to find a Smurf. I'm smurfing over here. I see a Smurf up ahead. Let's go Smurf it out. Oh, it's a smurfing kind of Smurf. I think I'm going to Smurf all questions in the form of Smurfs from now on. Logan, I hope that doesn't Smurf you or make you feel Smurf.
It's probably going to Smurf me off.
Oh, I hate to Smurf you. Smurf you off. I need... Oh, I have these things. No, I don't. I have nothing. Oh, this is depressing. Look at me. Look at my glorious Smurf. Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's warm up for a bit. I'll answer another question while I'm warming up for a bit.
Sorry, work email happening at the same time. So another question.
Ignore those.
We had plans to give furniture to put in the houses at some point. That's definitely a design question. We'll have to wait on. Furniture, I don't know necessarily about cosmetics as opposed to survival. More items, yes. Furniture,
yeah.
not necessarily. You know, when you're trying to survive, a lazy boy is the last thing you think of building. Unless you're that guy.
Can we build? Yes, lazy boys are top priority. First item we're actually working on. We have a team of 10 engineers working on lazy boy technology right now. I would love to get furniture in personally. I think that would actually be really neat to, you know, you build your big ass house and can I say that? I hope so. You build your giant house and you know, make it your own. I think that'd be great. And I don't see. I don't know. I would like to. Yeah. So like again the. Oh, more wolves. Oh, I'm just gonna run away this time.
So
I can't run. So yeah. So I'd like to again the time permitted and priorities permitted.
Gotcha. So Devlin cleaned up the question a little bit with diagrams that I'll be able to answer to based off of what Matt said earlier. Mainly asking if pre-builds are used to blocking placement. So there's a potential that we might be able to set it so pre-builds could potentially be destroyed in the future. That's something we've looked into. And it's something that might be possible. So if pre-builds are in the way and yet you think that lakeside view is exactly what you're looking for, then, you know, demolishing that house might be a possibility in the future.
I'm looking for a new name now. Dead Man Walking. That's probably pretty appropriate. Here we go.
Someone called you Bear Grylls, by the way.
Bear Grylls?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm not quite sure what that means, but it's pretty.
You don't know who Bear Grylls is?
No.
Like the crazy Australian dude that just like goes out in the middle of nowhere with like.
Oh, is he one of those survival man kind of guys?
Yeah.
It's
like,
in Australia? Does he himself poisonous?
I-
It's the only way I can think that would work.
it's not necessarily all like.
My
He's a British adventurer. Excuse me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like
all
no,
right.
he's like U.S. now. He's got stuff everywhere. He grabs random like celebrities and takes them with nothing more than like a backpack and stuff.
That sounds awesome and terrifying at the same time. I think everybody just watches it just in case a celebrity dies. It's probably the only drop in that show.
Just hoping a rope snaps.
That's right. Yeah, just like, oh, come on. It's like watching NASCAR, I think, except with cars, not people. I think if people ran around a track and sometimes exploded, I think NASCAR would be much more popular.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if it'd be legal. If it'd be way
Just
awesome.
people running on a track with like nitroglycerin, like carefully.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that
Professional
episode of
runners.
Lost. I know what nitroglycerin can do. I saw that guy, that teacher. Oh, spoilers for a really old show. Second season, sorry. Teacher explodes. Not going to tell you his name, though. Are there any more? I don't know. How much time do I have left? I don't.
We got about 10 more minutes left.
Oh, 10 minutes.
That's
That's plenty of time.
So we have a request for a 2 ale drink helmet in special edition.
With little straws that come out, and
Also,
that would be
also
fantastic.
priority next to the lazy boy, I think.
You know, I could add some to this. Then we could use our 3D scanner and scan this helmet in. That's how we do all of our assets. You know, we actually build every building and tree. We actually construct in our warehouse and then 3D scan it in. I don't know if you guys knew that. This campfire, it took a long time to scan every frame of the fire burning. It was arduous. We kept melting. 2 warehouses actually burned down before we got the final cut. It was pretty fantastic.
We actually got Zach as an engineer from Acme Entertainment.
Yeah, it was a weird interview, I think. I answered all the questions. I would
was
attach a
blueprint.
plunger, wire, and TNT to it. That was that.
You already have people requesting names for the rerolls. New names: Bearded Chew Toy,
Bearded Chew Toy?
Wolf Bait.
I don't understand. What's the next? What's the one?
You had Thunder Jerky, Wolf Chewables,
don't know.
faster food.
I'm doing better. I think I'm smurfing these pigs pretty well. That's right. These Smurfs can't smurf me. I'm gonna smurf your effing Smurf off. Oh, sorry, you're smurfing Smurf off. I can't say effing. That's a kid's comic and a cartoon.
It's just implied Smurf.
Implied Smurf. Oh, speaking of smurfing, I'm not gonna tell you what it does, but I will show you our new setting. Did Matt show off our new settings menu at all?
No, he didn't.
All right, look at. I'm gonna point with my pointer. Does my pointer show up on the screen, or is that not twitched?
It should show up, I believe.
I'm gonna circle this new little checkbox here. I'm not gonna show what it does, but we have a mature checkbox now. I just want to point that out. That was a gift to the community. All right, so I'm gonna loot this corpse. Oh, and the loot all button. Nice.
So some of what you guys were also just saying that Zach was showing off in the new settings menu.
I can pull that
There's
up.
a lot
Yeah.
of the different things that have been enabled with us switching to Unity 5.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you want,
some
you can
people
go back to it and point out other things outside of that one particular checkbox.
they'll really enjoy the FOV. I know we had complaints about our FOV, so I just set my FOV to insane mode, 110 FOV. I'm like living in a bubble. It's amazing. I think this is I'm actually in a giant bubble rolling around. It's fantastic. I may be able to protect me against boars. Let's go find out. Let me roll this bubble over to a boar. Oh, except they got scared of me because I killed one of them. Ah, that's right. Well, fine. All right, let's see
That
how tight.
FOV.
Yeah. Oh no! It snuck up on me and killed me from behind. This is oh. This game is so savage. Oh, here we go. All right. So once I respawn, we can see some more settings. I'm trying to think of anything else to talk about. Do we have any more questions?
No. I mean, settings at this point. There's one more thing that said previous islands. We kind of touched on this earlier, Spark Shards, with the previous island not being necessarily as conducive for building things with the way that the diagrams laid out. It was kind of awkward, and you had to fight a lot to be able to place a building. The new island and new islands, as we pointed out, that there's more than one. We mentioned that we didn't say how many, but there's new thought process to natural ground. So we'll work on making sure that buildables kind of work in a more natural environment as well.
Look.
But
Logan, did you see that?
What?
It was an aquatic deer.
Did he make the walk into the?
Slipped away into the ocean. Oh!
See, this is very
Deer.
Bear Grylls. Now I have to have you watch it. Now,
Does he have a British accent? Do I have to fake a British accent?
you'd have to, and you'd have to be willing to basically follow that deer into the ocean.
Here we go! Into the ocean! Oh! That's probably not the right British accent, is it?
Return to the aqua deer.
This aqua deer is climbing into the ocean. Look at this. Look at this glorious pelt. Oh. It's probably also not the right accent, is it?
Well, it's better.
Can you believe the insanity of a deer that lives in the water? Oh, look at this. Look at this. I'm going to punch it now. Watch as I punch it. Oh, look at that. Run away. It's glorious.
So if you want to go back to the settings screen, you can show off a couple.
Oh, right. The
things.
settings screen. Sorry about that. I was really excited about punching deer. Let's see. We have the... All right. So we have the FOV. We've got control over the other players' voices in the game and multiplayer volume. Let's see. We got a whole bunch of graphic stuff for performance reasons. You can turn pretty much off the grass, turn it on to full blast. Have tons of grass everywhere. I don't know. It's all the stuff you see in a lot of these games. You just set everything up or down. But we added as many as we could. I don't know if there's any specifics to talk to. My favorite, other than the FOV, the mature button, of course, and then I don't know. We also have this device info in the bottom right. This will just give us if you have any problems or if you want to send us any kind of report, you can take a screenshot of your settings window. We can look at your actual settings and look at your device info, and that way we could have a better idea of maybe what default settings we should provide in the shipping and the final shipping build. We could find out which settings are causing trouble more than others, things like that. So I'm not sure if there's anything else to speak for to the settings menu.
No, that's perfect. And
Right.
we're about 4 minutes out from the stream closing. So Sean or Devlin, whoever wants to, will pass out. Let's just do 3 keys for this broadcast. Do three winners set up. Zach, do you want to pick a word, or
Pick a word.
maybe they can word the raffle, or this will just be a random raffle? Just pick a word if there was a word.
If there was a word, do I just make up a word right
Make
now?
up any word.
All right. Any hardcore D&D folks out there? The word is gazebo.
Gazebo.
Yes. You'll know what I'm talking about. That's right.
Gazebos are also just lovely things in backyards.
They're also deadly. You must fight them with arrows and fireballs. Punching wolves. Hold on. Punching wolves. Can't talk. Punching wolves. Wolf punching. I gotta upgrade my name. When I first played it, my name was Bush Puncher, but I think Wolf Puncher is a much more appropriate alias.
Devlin Pixie's gonna let us know, and so is Sean, that we have to go with exclamation point raffle. But for all you gazebo lovers, after you put an exclamation point raffle, then tell us about your love of gazebos.
I died.
Show us pictures of you in a gazebo. Probably not killing it with fireballs and swords. Just a suggestion.
You never know.
When a gazebo's gonna turn on.
Alright.
So let the raffle go, and then we'll draw a winner right before the stream closes out. Zach, do you have any challenges for the community while they wait patiently for us to get this done?
To help me kill this boar. Wait, no, that's a terrible challenge. You can't actually do that. Alright, let me think. Let's see. I wrote a bunch of notes down, but I think I talked about a lot of this stuff. I don't know what Matt talked about really quick. I'm really excited about the new islands. Just looking around, you guys can probably see the graphics are ridiculously awesomer. What else did I write down? I don't know. I think Matt covered loot all and apply all, right?
Yes, we did.
All right, we're doing a ton of bug fixing. We're still working on dual wielding. One of the reasons I know that one of the things that's been I don't know if he's been asked the question, but one of the reasons we've been taking a while to get this Unity 5 update out is that we've actually had to retouch every single asset in the game because we had we had to redo all the shaders and all the materials all the shaders got redone and or updated, so we had to redo all of our art, and we had this amazing bug. Logan discovered it where everything turned into a sparkly Twilight vampire, so in the daytime it would shine like Edward. Isn't that his name? Am I? Okay.
You got 100% accurate.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, so it's these little things like that. So we've narrowed pretty much all of them down, and we're now actually working on content instead of engineering stuff. So aside from minor bug fixes, we're pretty much ready to fill the island up with savage beasts.
So as Downcast is asking, the update be released ahead of time on the beta build. As soon as we have it available, we'll push it to beta to get everybody that wants to look at it ahead of time and to help us kind of make the improvements for everybody playing Savage Lands more enjoyable, especially with the new island, because this is we're updating the engine, we're updating the islands, we're updating every single thing in the game. So it takes a lot of time and it's a lot of effort, and you guys really help to make it possible, and appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no, I personally do. I can't speak for anyone else, but I'm gonna say we anyway. We love the community. We love
French.
the fact that we love the community. We absolutely, we're an indie developer. Early access is so important for us. You are all so important to help us out. I sound like a PBS. Now send us $10. We'll give you a T-shirt and a water bottle. If you send us $50, no, you've already sent us money. Thank you. We'll send you a game. How's that? No, it's just amazing, and keep all of the suggestions flowing, all the feedback. I'm always reading the discussion boards. All of us are reading the discussion boards. We read our reviews too. We take them very seriously. So constructive criticism is great. If you don't like the game, please tell us why. If you do like things, please tell us what would make them better. So yes, thank you very much.
Wait, Moobot. We've got 1, 2, 3 winners.
Whoa.
Awesome. It's from everybody that I think even asked a question, so that's super rad. Super rad.
All right. Was that my cue? Super rad? Is it dance time now?
Rad is the. It's for your chance. Your chance to bust down.
Yeah, I have 0 dance moves, so
Zero
you're gonna miss out on that.
So remember, guys, we'll be on the Steam forums, checking out everything you post there and responding to all the questions. Any reviews that get posted, we look at those. Anything on the Trello board, just try to get a hold of us. You've got Kevin, you've got Zach, you've got me, you've got Matt, who was in the stream earlier. You've got a lot of people looking at the boards, trying to take in the information. You've got Ryan from Art. You've got a ton of people just willing to listen to everything you say about the game, and we're really excited to get this Unity 5 update to you guys as soon as possible.
Yes.
So we will get this to you as soon as possible, and we will see you next Thursday. And just stay tuned to our Twitter, our Facebook, and anything we stay in the Steam forums to kind of give you updates. And if we have news or date shifts, when you log into the game, we'll update the ticker and the dates if we happen to run into any problems. So until then, we'll see you next week. And guys. Zach, did you just rage quit and throw down the headset?